Alright guys, back at the mill again. I was out here doing some maintenance today and got to thinking, I seen a lot of guys posting comments about how to keep the mill flat and make sure everything's level. Of course there's the string, there's the level, there's a whole different slew of ways to go about doing it, and I don't know which one's best. You got me, but I have found a way that I like and it works best for me. It's the method that I use. And if you want to stick around for a few minutes, we'll kind of walk through the steps that I take to do that. And in this video, believe it or not, this tool that Wood-Mizer gives you that nobody really knows how to use, it's actually going to come in handy for something else in this video. All right, stick around and I'll get to it here shortly. Alright guys, I'm going to walk through the process of how I go about making sure my mill is level. But before we do, just so that you know you're not wasting your time watching the video and that this actually works, we'll get the level out and just run it over a couple of measurements just to show you. Alright, so one of the ways that you have to worry about, of course, is bunk to bunk. You know, you don't want these bunks being out of level from each other, because any kind of downhill motion in these bunks is going to transfer up to your wood. So just showing that there we are, bunk to bunk there. I don't know if you can see that one. All right, let's check a couple more. Like I said, just keeping me honest here, make sure I'm not misinforming anybody. All right, there's my mid bunk right here by the clamp. Looks like we're good on that one. And keep in mind, I come up here just to check my mill because I had a rather big log the other day. I dropped it a little higher than I normally do, and so I was just making sure everything was in square, and that's what brought this up. All right, here's my first section. This is where the two sections go together. So all right, well, I think everybody should be confident on that part, because like I said, that's the three main intersections of this mill that I just checked. So now we're going to check from left to right here. All right, and let me get the camera over here where you can see. Keeping me honest there, guys. There you go. That's at the first joint section here. All right, this is going to be at the clamp. There we are. And this is the head joint section right near the saw. So, like I said, I'm not going to sit out here and make sure it's, you know, down to the thousandths of a second. I don't know that anybody could, but the way that I got my mill set up this way, you're gonna really love me for this one. Now it's gonna cost you about $130 or so, but let me show you the secret. And I know we're not going to keep this secret after this video, but let me show you the secret. That guy right there, that is a Bosch Professional GLL 40-20G, and what that is that's a laser level, and it works really good. So I'm gonna kind of show you how I use it and how it works for me. All right, so now this would probably be a better illustration. Hang on, I got to do some configuring to my camera. Give me just a minute and I'll be right back. All right, had to get the camera over here where I could get it where y'all could see, so we'll start right here. All right, the first thing that I do is, as you can see, I've got a this level 2. You can substitute that for a piece of wood or anything. The clamp on the laser will only go down so tight, so I use my little laser level there just as a spacer because it's handy and I don't want to have to cut off a piece of wood. And that holds the laser tight with the mount system that it comes with. So what I do is, as you can see on this first bunk right here, you line that guy up, and this would be a lot better if it were daylight, but unfortunately, or if it was dark, but unfortunately we're doing this in the daylight. So we'll line that guy up right there, make sure everything's where you want it, and then all you got to do is take this nice little tool. See, I told you I'd show you another use for this thing before it was over with. It's reflective, and so therefore it reflects the laser, and you just take this guy and use it. You could use anything else that you wanted to, and before somebody points it out or freaks out on me, you notice that my line stops about right here. Well, it's because we're so close to the laser, it doesn't have time to spread out. So Don't let that concern you. If you look the other side does the same. But what you want to do is try to get that same gap right there and get that as close as you can get it. But you can't come up even with the laser, because if you did, you wouldn't be able to see it on the next bunk. So you got to go a little bit above the bunks. And then you go to the next one. And like I said, it's getting a little hard to see because it's daylight outside. So let me see if I can move this camera around a little bit. But you can see that line right there on the bunk, on the metal right above the bunk. And then you just basically do and repeat, do and repeat. And I don't know if it's even going to be visible on the camera, but back over this way, you can see the line. And of course, my tripod and my camera's getting in the way. But you just go down the mill, repeat, 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 all the way to the end. Now, like I said, if you want to do this thing right at daylight, right at dark, or in the middle of the night, it makes it a little easier, a little funner, and it even looks cooler. So, but that's it. That's my tip for the day, guys. Get yourself a laser level and have fun. Make life a little easier than that string. Thank you. Have a good day.